Hello students, today in this session we are going to discuss about the figures of speech from the chapter 8 Tiger in the Zoo. Let's start to read the paragraph of this poem. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. So that is a four line first paragraph. So let's start to know what the figures of speech of this paragraph. First, what is figure of speech? So I want to tell you the figures of speech is a creation of a special effect by the poet to draw the attention of the reader. So there are many types of figures of speech. First, one by one, we try to know which figures of speech in this paragraph. So first we take the rhyme scheme. You can see here the rhyme scheme of this poem is just you can see he stalks in his vivid stripes. So here rhyme scheme is A, and the few steps of his case B, the pads of velvet quiet here C, and in his quiet rays B. So because rays and case rhyming with each other. So rhyme scheme of this poem is A B C B. You can see, and rays and case rhyming with each other. So move to next one. Personification. The tiger is personified because the poet refers him as he. You can see he stalks. So he is used for the person, human beings. So here the poet has used he word for personification of the tiger. Next, metaphor. The tiger's paws are compared with velvet. You can see the few steps of his gaze on pads of velvet quiet. Tiger's paws are compared with velvet. So here without using as and like, the poet has compared tiger's pad like a velvet, soft. So figures of speech we find here, metaphor. Metaphor is that implied simile, means we can use it, take it as a simile, but it is not simile. Indirect comparison between two unlike objects where comparison is taken for granted without using word as and like. Next move, imagery. The poet tries to create an image about the tiger. Just we read the poem. The line is here, he stalks in his vivid stripes. So vivid stripes and the few steps of his cage. Vivid stripes and few steps of his cage. It shows the image of tiger. The tiger image is presented by using this words. Next, consonants. Here use of S sound, stalks and his stripes. So you can see, and we can also find here the alliteration. Steps, the few steps of his cage on velvet quiet of his quiet rays, stalks and stripes and stalks. So figure speech here we find alliteration. And one more is consonants, use of S sound like stalk and stripes, consonants and alliteration both. Assonance, use of vowel sound I in his vivid stripes. You can find here I in his vivid stripe. You can see the students, assonance, repetition of the vowel sound. I, vivid, his vivid stripes. So repetition of the vowel sound, it may become in the middle of the words. So here it is fine. So we find here the figures of speech, assonance. Oxymoron, use of adjective opposite in meaning. So you can see the last line of this paragraph. In his quiet rage. Quiet means cool, rage means anger. Both words are opposed to each other. So oxymoron is use of adjective opposite in meaning. So we find the figure speech, oxymoron, quiet, rage. and special form of antithesis where two contradictory terms are united to give the expression a point is known as oxymoron. Okay, oxymoron. Move to next paragraph. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole plum where plum deer pass. Lurking means hiding. The literary device of this paragraph, rhyme. Rhyme scheme is A, B, C, B as I told you. Rhyme scheme of this paragraph. Shadow, A, grass, shadow, grass and hole, water hole. So shadow A we can write, grass B, water hole C and plump deer pass. Grass rhyme with pass. One thing, grass rhyme with pass. So A, B, C, B. You can see here the rhyme scheme of this paragraph. A, B, C, B, grass rhyme with pass. Enjambment. What is enjambment? Enjambment is a line continues to next line without using any punctuation mark. Just you can see sliding through the long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. This sentence continues to the last line of this paragraph without using any punctuation mark. So here we can find the enjambment. Here sliding through from and deer pass. Here enjambment. Alliteration, use of sound P at the start of the two words plum pass. So alliteration, repetition of the consonant sound more than one time. So we find the figures of speech, alliteration. So you can see here near the water hole where plump deer pass, P and P. Water hole, W and this you can also see the figures of speech, alliteration. Okay. Next move, imagery. The poet has tries to create an image of tiger's activity lurking in shadow. Not lurking in shadow, it creates the tiger's activity. The image of tiger's activity. Okay, move to next paragraph. He should be snarling around houses at the jungles as baring his white fangs, his claws terrorizing the village. Onomatopoeia, the snarling. Snarling create the sound. Snarling suggests sound, and where the sound effect come, we find the figures of speech, onomatopoeia. And at the jungle's edge, bearing his white feet. Next one, alliteration. The sound of consonant H is repeated. The sound of consonants as H is repeated, the word he and houses. He and houses. You can see, student, he and houses. So consonants, and here we find the alliteration. Whenever the consonant sound is repeated, we find the figure of speech, alliteration. Next move, metonymy. The word houses represent the people staying in it. What is metonymy? Metonymy is an attribute or thing is represented by another closely related meanings. Another closely related meanings here, houses. So the word houses represent the people staying in it. The houses, the another closely related meaning is people staying in it. Next move, internal rhyme. The rhyming word he and be are used in the same sentence for effect. Synecdoche, the part fangs and claws for the tiger. Fangs and claws that is used for the tiger. We find the figures of speech, synecdoche. Internal rhyme, the rhyming word bearing and terrorizing are used in the same sentence for the poetic effect. Bearing and terrorizing. The internal rhyme, repetition, the word he. The word his is repeated for the poetic effect. Third line, can see bearing his white fangs, his claws. So here repetition, his 2 times here used. So we find the repetition. Exclamation, an exclamatory form has been used for poetic effect. You can see terrorizing the village. Exclamatory form, it is used for the poetic effect. Okay. Next paragraph. But he is locked in a concrete cell. His strength behind bars, stalking the length of his gaze, ignoring visitors. Metonymy, the word concrete cell represents the cage of the tiger. Metonymy here, when we present another closely related meaning, when it has another closely related meaning, that is known as metonymy. So here he is locked. So locked in a concrete cell represent the cage of tiger, and we find the figures of speech metonymy. His strength behind bars. Here irony. Irony means real meaning is exactly the opposite of which is literally conveyed. So here the meaning is exactly opposite, that the tiger is helpless behind bars without strength. His strength behind bars. So what is his strength means power, but there the here it is opposite meaning presented by the poet, that he has become helpless behind the bars. So the meaning is exactly opposite, that the tiger is helpless behind the bars without strength. Alliteration, the sound of consonant B is repeated in the word behind and bars. You can see behind and bars. You find the figures of speech. Alliteration, you can see a concrete cell, also C and C is also here. So here alliteration, whenever the consonant sound is repeated, we find the figures of speech alliteration. Okay. In internal rhyme, the rhyming words stalking and ignoring are used. Rhyming words stalking and ignoring are used here in the same sentence for poetic effect. Stalking and ignoring. This is rhyming scheme. He hears that the last voice at night, the patrolling car, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant star. There are many figures of speech. You can see here onomatopoeia, the voice suggests a sound, and last voice suggests sound. Here onomatopoeia, transferred epithet. The word patrolling is transferred from the police to the cars, which they are closely connected. Patrolling car means that police to the car. It is transferred to the police car, and which they are closely connected. Alliteration, the sound of H is repeated in the word he and hears. You can see the alliteration, the sound of H, he, hear is repeated. So we find alliteration, and another one is can see repeated. Okay. Scenic dog, the part eyes stand for the tiger. Pattern with his eyes, here part eyes stand for the tiger's eyes. So we find scenic dog. Metaphor, there is indirect comparison between eyes and the tiger's star. Here the point of comparison to be brilliant. Brilliant eyes and brilliant star. So the indirect comparison between eyes of tigers, stars, metaphor, and this point of comparison is to be brilliant. Brilliant eyes with brilliant star. Here metaphor. Alliteration, the sound of ST is repeated in the word stairs and stars. Stairs and stars is repeated. So we find the figures of speech. Alliteration, repetition, the word brilliant is repeated for the poetic effect. can see the word brilliant is repeated for the poetic effect. So figures of speech repetition. Next one, last rhyme scheme of this poem is A, B, C, B. So student, I think all of you understood this poem well, and I want to that you study the figures of speech well, because it may be asked in your MCQs question in MCQs form. So study well, be safe, stay home. Thank you.